Have you ever walked into a room and felt a small presence appear behind you? Silent, deliberate, like a shadow that breathes? Or maybe you've caught your cat staring at you from across the room, eyes half closed, and felt something pass between you that you couldn't quite name? Here's what most people never realize. Your cat is communicating with you constantly. Not with words, not with obvious gestures, but with a language so quiet and so precise that most humans miss it entirely. And the fascinating part? Some of these behaviors are reserved exclusively for one person. Not everyone in the house. Not the person who fills the food bowl. Just one. Their favorite. Today we're going to look at 5 things cats do only for the human they've chosen above all others. And I'll tell you right now, by the time we get to number 4, you're going to look at your cat completely differently. If you want to understand your cat on a deeper level, and honestly, if you love them, you do, hit subscribe. Not for the numbers, just so you don't miss what comes next. Number 1, following you everywhere. Picture this. You get up from the couch to grab a glass of water. You hear the soft thud of paws hitting the floor behind you. You walk into the kitchen. They're there. You head to the bathroom. They're at the door. You move to the bedroom. They've somehow already arrived first. At first glance, it seems like curiosity, maybe hunger, maybe coincidence. It's none of those things. Cats are, at their core, deeply territorial and fiercely independent creatures. In the wild, they move alone. They patrol alone. They rest alone. Choosing to orbit another living being is not in their nature, unless that being has become something extraordinary to them. When your cat follows you, they're making a choice every single time. And that choice means, you are my safe place. Animal behaviorists call this secure attachment, the same type of bond that young mammals form with their mothers. It's not about needing you. It's about wanting to be in your world. There's a difference, and it matters. Think about what shared experience means in the animal kingdom. Doing things together builds trust. When your cat trails behind you to the kitchen, in their mind, they're joining the hunt. They're choosing your company over solitude. For a species wired for independence, that is enormous. A woman once told me about her rescue cat, a gray tabby named Fig, who had spent 2 years in a shelter barely making eye contact with anyone. 6 months after adoption, Fig followed her everywhere, room to room, floor to floor, even sitting outside the shower door every morning. He never followed her partner, never followed guests, only her. She was the one who had spent the first month simply sitting near him, not reaching, not pushing, just being present. That's what following means. It means you earned it. One thing worth knowing: there's a difference between a cat who follows you out of love and one who follows out of anxiety. If your cat seems distressed when you're out of sight, pacing, vocalizing, unable to settle, that's worth paying attention to. Healthy following is calm and easy. It's companionship, not dependency. But when it's love, it's one of the quietest, most consistent gifts they'll ever give you. And speaking of quiet gifts, the next sign happens when your cat is at their most vulnerable, when every instinct should tell them to stay guarded, and yet they choose you anyway. Number 2, sleeping against you or on specific parts of your body. You're lying on the couch. The room is dim, and at some point, you don't even notice when it happens. Your cat has found their way onto your chest. Their weight is warm and real. Their breathing slows, and that low, rhythmic purr starts up like a tiny engine of pure contentment. It feels simple, cozy even. But what's actually happening is one of the most profound things a cat can offer another living being. Sleep is when cats are most vulnerable. Their senses dull, their reflexes slow. In the wild, a sleeping cat is a cat that could be caught off guard. Every instinct they carry is wired to protect against that moment. So when your cat chooses to fall asleep pressed against your body, not on the cushion beside you, not at your feet across the room, but against you, they are saying something that has no human equivalent. They are saying, I trust you with my life, literally. Researchers have a name for this: affiliative sleeping. Studies show that cats who regularly sleep in contact with their owners have measurably lower stress hormone levels. They're not just comfortable, they're physiologically calmer. You are, to them, a living source of safety. And the location they choose? It's not random. When a cat sleeps on your chest or near your neck, they can hear your heartbeat, feel the rise and fall of your breathing. Those rhythms tell them, you're alive, you're here, you're protecting them. When they sleep at your feet or legs, it's a slightly different kind of closeness, still chosen, still intentional, but giving them space to move if needed. Affectionate and practical, all at once. This traces back to kittenhood. Kittens sleep in piles, with their mother, with their siblings, for warmth and safety. When your adult cat recreates that with you, they're placing you in that same category. You are family. Not in a metaphorical sense, in the deepest instinctive sense they know. A man named David once told me his cat, an older tabby rescue named Rue, had never once chosen to be near him during her first year in his home. Then one winter night, while he was sick on the couch with a fever, he woke up to find Rue pressed tightly against his side, her paw resting on his arm. She'd never done it before. She did it every single night for the rest of her life. He said he never felt less alone after that. Now, sleeping against you is about trust. But the next behavior? That's about something even rarer. It's about a cat who wants to give you something, and what they bring might surprise you. Number 3, bringing you presents. You wake up one morning, shuffle to the kitchen, and find something waiting for you on the floor. Maybe it's a hair tie, a crumpled piece of paper, a sock they've somehow liberated from the laundry basket. And if you have an outdoor cat, well, it might be something that was recently alive. Your first instinct might be confusion, or, depending on the gift, mild horror. But here's what's actually happening. You're being provided for. In the wild, mother cats bring prey back to their kittens. First dead, then alive. It's not just feeding, it's teaching. It's sharing resources with the members of their family who need it. And that instinct doesn't disappear in a domestic setting. It transforms. When your cat drops a toy mouse at your feet, or carries your sock into the living room with great ceremony and a announcing yowl, they're doing the same thing. They've identified something valuable. And they've decided you should have it. Think about what that means. They're not giving it to the furniture, not to the other cat if you have one, to you. Because in their hierarchy of who matters, you're at the top. You're the one worth providing for. The item itself doesn't matter. What matters is the act of bringing it, the intentionality, the fact that they thought of you. There was a ginger cat named Archie whose owner started finding small objects lined up outside her bedroom door every morning. A pine cone, a bottle cap, a twist of ribbon. She thought it was random, until she noticed that on the days she'd been away overnight, the pile was always bigger. He'd been saving things up, waiting for her. If your cat brings you a gift, the right response is warmth. Say thank you, genuinely, in the voice you use when you talk to them. Let them have the moment. Don't rush to throw it away while they're watching. In their world, you've just been honored. And for outdoor cats who bring prey, redirect, don't punish. More play indoors, puzzle feeders, wand toys. Let the instinct find a different outlet. But here's the quiet truth underneath all of this. When your cat brings you something, they've crossed a line. You're not just their human anymore. You're their family. And in the animal world, that's everything. What comes next is different. It's not about action. It's about stillness. About a single gesture so small you might blink and miss it, and yet it carries more meaning than almost anything else on this list. Number 4, the slow blink, the cat kiss. You're sitting across the room from your cat. They're perched on the armchair, watching you. You glance up, your eyes meet, and then, slowly, deliberately, their eyelids lower and open again. You probably thought nothing of it, a lazy blink, a cat being a cat. But that moment, that was a love letter. In the animal world, direct, unblinking eye contact is a challenge, a threat. Predators stare down prey. Rivals hold each other's gaze before a confrontation. For a creature like a cat, simultaneously predator and prey, eyes are serious business. So when your cat holds your gaze and then softly, slowly closes their eyes in your presence, they're doing something that goes against every survival instinct they carry. They're making themselves vulnerable. They're lowering their guard. They're saying, I feel so safe with you that I can let this moment go unguarded. Researchers at the University of Sussex found that cats are significantly more likely to approach and positively interact with a person who slow blinks at them, even a stranger. It's a two-way language, and when it happens between a cat and their favorite human, it's something close to sacred. You can say it back. Soften your gaze. Don't stare hard. Just let your eyes go warm. Then slowly, gently close them. Hold for a breath. Open again. If your cat slow blinks in return, you've just had a full conversation. One that didn't need a single word. A woman named Claire adopted a cat named Moth who had been badly mistreated before rescue. For months, Moth wouldn't make eye contact with anyone. Claire never pushed. She just sat near him, quiet, and occasionally offered a slow blink across the room. One afternoon, Moth looked at her, really looked, and blinked back. Slowly. Claire said she cried. That's the thing about the slow blink. You can't manufacture it, you can't train it out of them. It comes only when it's real. And the final sign on this list? It's just as intimate, but it involves sound. A private language your cat may have already been speaking to you, one they've never spoken to anyone else. Number 5, unique vocalizations just for you. Here's something most people don't know. Adult cats don't meow at each other. Meowing, that whole repertoire of chirps and trills and questioning sounds, that's a language cats developed specifically to communicate with humans. Kittens meow to their mothers. Then they grow up, and those vocalizations largely stop between cats. But with humans, they keep going, and they evolve. What's even more remarkable is that many cats develop a vocabulary that belongs to just one person. You might have a specific sound your cat makes only when you come home. A high trill when you walk through the door. A soft, questioning chirp when you've been in another room too long. A drawn-out sound when they want your attention that is somehow completely different from any sound they make with anyone else in the house. That's not coincidence. That's years of careful observation. Your cat has watched you. They've learned which sounds make you smile, which ones bring you over, which ones get a response. And slowly, without you even noticing, they built a language, a private one, for you. There's a story about a sleek black cat named Milo who lived in a household of 4 people. Milo was perfectly polite to everyone, but when his person Daniel walked into the room, Milo let out a high, bright sound, almost like a word, followed by a sequence of soft warbles that he made for no one else. Daniel's partner lived in the same house for 3 years and never once heard those sounds. They were Daniel's, only Daniel's. Start paying attention to the sounds your cat makes around you. The ones that show up at specific moments. The ones that shift in tone when you respond. Talk back. Use a soft voice. Mirror their sounds. Be consistent with words you use. You'll be amazed how quickly the conversation deepens. Because when your cat speaks to you in a voice they've never given anyone else, they're not just communicating, they're choosing you. Over and over. Every single day. Your cat can't say I love you, but they've been saying it anyway. In the sound of footsteps behind you, in the weight of them pressed against you while you sleep, in every small offering left at your feet. Once you learn to hear it, you can't unhear it. If this video meant something to you, subscribing and hitting like genuinely helps more people find their way here. And honestly, I think cat lovers deserve to find each other. Drop a comment and tell me where in the world you're watching from. I'm always curious where this little community reaches.